My name is Michael Watson. I'm part of the Wicked Publishing publishing team. I'm joined by my fellow publisher. Oh my, oops. Sorry about that. I always get messed up by those the streaming delay echo. So I'm joined by my fellow co-creator or co-publisher. How's it going, Matt?
Hey, how's it going, people?
And we have with us today the creator of the IronVerse and Jack Irons, as well as many other amazing characters. We have Cody Fernandez with us.
Howdy, folks. Howdy, howdy.
How's it going, man?
It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. We did, of course, expect another guest tonight. I'm a little disappointed. We're hoping he joins later. Dollar Coins, creator of Cactus Coyote, kind of our main topic tonight. But I'm gonna do my best, as I've been doing, to fill you folks in on everything we're working on that angle until he shows up, or if he doesn't. I'm gonna do it either way.
We need a wild dollar bills. We need to catch him in the wild, you know. Looks like we got Zero Fox. Speaking of wild, something in the wild, we got a Zero Fox in the chat. What's up?
All right. I'm having a hard time finding the video for some reason on YouTube.
Really?
Chat. So
here, I'll send you the link for it, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be easier for me searching for it. Usually, I'm subbed, of course, so you'd think it'd show up my.
Must
live,
be because we're doing it through StreamYard for some reason.
Oh, okay. Oh no, there it is. I found it.
Now we have different views we can do. We're doing the person by person, but I guess there's that. Ooh, there's top down.
Nice.
There's like that. What do you guys like?
Oh, whatever works. Whatever works.
Yeah.
At some point, we could do some screen share too. So
definitely.
Just have it ready for those nice screen gymnastics.
I'm starting to think about maybe getting Streamlabs paid edition just for get all the bells and whistles, you know.
Yeah.
Although I see you guys have icons there. How come I don't have an icon?
So when you entered, it gave you the option to turn off your web camera, and then if you did, then it would allow you to upload an avatar.
Oh, that's interesting. It's funny because I think it was Chuck. He told me that was a paid feature, so I didn't even know you could do that.
No, I kind of thought it was too.
But not for Gus, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know. Dollar Coins, he had invited me, and he had his icon. I had mine.
Really? I love that wicked icon up there, man.
Yeah, I'm unsure. I had thought that was a problem too. I had actually looked into one of the adaptations, which was a virtual webcam. So you can it'll emulate a webcam, but you can have like a slideshow running or a video running or whatever. I just couldn't figure it out in time today, so I just am happy that this worked out.
Right. It's we just need something that works now that Google Hangouts is gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we appreciate you making time to join us and talk to us about your book today.
Oh man, you have no clue. I'm always happy to do that.
Why don't you tell us first? Just tell us a little bit about Cactus Coyote and what he's all about.
Well, how about we walk on through the campaign? So I'm gonna go ahead and screen share that maybe. Just give me one moment.
Change our view to that too.
Then I can kind of go through at the pace I'd like to. Let me go here, and then you'll have the option to hook that up. It should be your way. My screen is shared. Ha! There we go. Oh, look at that! Look at that fanciness. There it is, right there. I want to just pop out chat if I can too, just so I can read. Howdy, Neo Star. Always good to see you. Of course, Zero Fox, a wonderful member of Team IronVerse Comics. He does our logos, and he did a wonderful concept art gallery for issue number 2. And he also helped kind of format the pinups for issue number 2 that are actually in the book. So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Nice, man.
Alrighty, so that should be shared. I want to look over here so I can see kind of how it looks. That's good. All right. So, yeah. So, I'll go. I guess, the pitch, first off, first thing you see, he's an alien shapeshifter, as he's trying to pay off his immense gambling debts by any shady means. The gambling debts are accrued via a lot of means, but mainly how he does his business of smuggling or obtaining objects. He's got basically a virtual loot box device that can affect the real world if he pays enough into it. And he ends up paying into it a lot more than he earns quite often. So I guess
he has
we'll
a
go
bit of a
through here.
gambling problem, it sounds like.
Yeah, a little bit. Certainly enjoys risk. There was an ability to share audio on this, but I don't think we need to run through the campaign video. So there's a small glimpse of cover A. We'll see that as I go down. Some of the black and white panels from the pages, which you'll see the full pages also as we go down. Wonderful artist Andrea Boscolo. We'll get to that as well. Stephen Cannon on colors for the interior of the book and the exterior cover A. Here we go. We're rolling the dice to bring you a 40-page newsprint issue of this wild gambler in a risk-all, lose-all game for the biggest bet ever. And maybe pay off some of those IOUs while we're at it. This isn't any comic book. If you like Ralph Bakshi, Looney Tunes, 70s anime, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Dick Tracy, Zoot Suits, Space, well, that's Cactus Coyote in a very light nutshell. I've been impressed with the work consistently. He's a very dollar coins. Again, hoping he joins us here shortly. Is a very prolific writer. I've been very impressed with the amount of scripts he's hammered out and the quality of the scripts he's hammered out for Cactus Coyote. I've probably read 10 to 15 issues myself already. It's a wonderful fucking story. It's really carving out the IronVerse quite a bit. And we're going to go down to his story and kind of where the basis is. So right here. Does he get into that? Yeah. So this is Plague from issue number 2 of Jack Irons. This panel is by Maxi Dallo, our wonderful line artist for Jack Irons, the Steel Cowboy. And Stephen Cannon, who's also the colorist for Cactus Coyote, but the colorist for Jack Irons issue number 2. So that's that image credit. Cactus Coyote was but a tiny rascal in his go-lucky shapeshifter days. All smiles and a bag of sugar. But then this Plague fellow came along and made a lab rat out of him. Not like being a science project was bad enough, but to add insult to injury, he stuck a pocket dimension in his stomach and made him eat junk as a dumpster. Hacha, now we're feeling the pain now, huh? But guess what? That tiny little shapeshifter escaped. Out of those dark labs, he made it to Spinaroonie Town. It's a galactic hub for gambling, backdoor dealings, and every sleazy thing you can imagine. This wonderful icon from Spinaroonie here, designed by Dollar Coins, first appears in our manga, but this rendition is by Troy Torres of Wanpool fame, Mr. Marvel.
Nice.
The pinup, of course, that this icon was part of. Troy split and gave us a lot of content with the one pinup I paid him for. He really split it up and separated it so it could be used in a lot of different ways. And such a generous artist. I think folks will really like that pinup. You guys have seen it. Hopefully you'll see the prints of them here soon. And I'm excited for folks to get a hold of them.
Now, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes, please do.
You mentioned you guys are going to be doing this with a newsprint.
Yes.
So are you guys going to be printing with Peter or anything like that?
That was that has been kicked around. I'm assuming that's the goal.
Nice.
We went newsprint to really cut that cost the highest we could and still make enough profit to pay the artists. But one of the implied stretch goals is a glossy paper upgrade, but that's, where we are and where we're headed. If we can get to where we're headed and not even get to any stretch goals, that would be great. But if we can get to there, I think Stephen Cannon's colors really pop on glossy paper. So that would be my hope. I know it's a lot of other people's hopes, but our main goal is to get the book funded and get it to a reasonable cost. And so that was the choice of newsprint. So yeah, the plan would probably be through Samedi. I am unsure of any other thought on that, but again, I am just the editor and most prolific marketer of this title. So I don't have all the answers. I wish I did. In fact, he probably doesn't have all the answers either. IronVerse runs a lot of things by the seat of their pants and somehow gets it done. So not going to change a so far winning formula. Okay, he's brought along a few secret abilities: the Criminal Empress, the Queen of Spinneroony Town, and these casino gangsters don't know about. So not only does he have this pocket dimension in his stomach, which is, it's like a Snoopy's doghouse. It's massive. He can fit starship engines in there. He can fit. Yeah, he could probably swallow a starship. He gave him enough time. So piece by piece for sure. But like all together, he could probably do it too.
Nice.
But there's a few other tricks for sure that he has up his sleeve. One item that you've seen a few times when he's carrying a pistol is his roulette revolver. It's a very random effect gun. And then his handheld device, that's that loot box kind of thingy mabobber. That's a kind of a surprise too. It does a lot of cool things. You'll see on one of the pages, I think it's its first use outside of the manga. In the manga, it was used to set off a bunch of bombs. In the Western, the first time you see it, I believe it's freezing some things and spreading ice on the ground. This gambler knows risk like an unattended washing machine with an offset load. Even though he owes the biggest debts around, he's here to settle every score that comes along his way, including those that would wager the fate of the whole universe on the betting table. The character, you will find out, is much younger than you'd think. He's but a babe. He's only probably about 7 or 8. Shapeshifter years are a little bit different than human years, so he's gonna be it's more like dog years. But he's but a babe, so that's part of the bit, is that he's a new thing in the galaxy. He's something that hasn't really existed before. He's between worlds. He's trying to find his own place, and I think that's part of the whole exploration that Dollar Coins has integrated into his story. So here's what we're cooking: some wonderful character bits by Andrea Boscolo. This is the persona form, the one he does business in, he tries to live in as much as possible. It's going to be the iconic look, but it is his only form. Yes, it's absolutely the face. Then down here we have his Zoot Suit form, which appears in the manga. If you folks want to know how he gets there, you get to see it in the manga. It's free to read. It's 40 pages. It's on Tapas. Go ahead and check it out.
So are we going to get to see, as the comic goes on, are we going to get to see more and more of his different forms then? Is that kind of like the idea?
Yeah, there's at least 5 I can think of.
That's so cool.
At the moment, and each one with the manga roots of this book,
right?
They all have the gimmicks, and they have their pluses and minuses. Like third, fourth gear, and
you gotta love
One
that,
Piece, though, and those kind of things. The Super Saiyan forms. It's got that to it, which I very much enjoy. And they're very wacky gimmicks too, to fit with that Looney Tunes kind of feel.
It reminded me. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
I was gonna say, it reminds me of this manga I used to read, Rave Master. I don't know if you're familiar with that one, but it's actually by the creator of Fairy Tail. It was his original manga.
Okay,
and he had a character where he had a sword that, as he would go to and get new powers, it kind of like would upgrade the sword and change forms. And it was always cool to see, like, what's the new form, like what's the new thing gonna be, So I love that.
That is very much in this.
Nice.
As it progresses, what we tried to do with the manga is at least show you, like, the manga really is a very quick run through of what you can expect in Cactus Coyote. You get to see how his version of being an outlaw in space. You get to see the galactic government, which is much more involved in space than they are in Jack Irons. They're involved in Jack Irons, but they're only in the reservation, and that's a very small part of what's left of Earth. So you see them, but it's not so much his Jack's story. But with Cactus, it's very important, because Spinneroony Town is very much it's one of the few free places that's not controlled by the Horsemen or by the Anu Confederation, and it doesn't mean it's good, but it's free, and so he can live there as himself instead of having to conform or be used. So that's part of it. But yeah, there's the Zoot Suit form. Again, check out the manga. Let me see.
Real quick,
throw that in
Neostar
chat.
Productions. Speaking of the chat,
Yeah,
News Report
please.
Production says a madman experimented on him and used him as a guinea pig. Okay, you have my support.
Yes, he did do both. Using the term "man" though is quite inaccurate. It's more of a very I'll use the term a very wicked force of nature. It's one of four aspects, the four pillars of the Ironverse. There's really six, but they're the most important because they're those four thought forms, four evil manifestations are linked to all of our main characters in the entire universe that they exist in. Whereas the other two pillars are very important, but they aren't linked so strongly. The Anu Confederation was the only, it started as the only thing to push back the Horsemen, the only thing that's been able to beat them and keep some sort, there's paradise worlds for the rich and shit, but they don't manifest the Horsemen, and it's not a hell world, but they are still a very fascist 40K style government. It's not a good thing. There's noble people in them. You meet one in the manga, in fact, Lucky Eye Catch, which is an anime reference if folks know what an eye catch is. It's those so an eye catch is that thing when an anime switches from going to commercials and then coming back from commercials.
Maybe.
That's an eye catch.
Yeah. Oh, like the little like.
Yeah, they're like in Dragon Ball, it would be Goku spinning his thing while Master Roshi's like juggling the Dragon Balls or whatever.
Yeah, they do that on Toonami all the time, I think.
Yeah, those are eye catches.
Really? Okay.
Just random anime fact. I didn't know that till I met Dollar Coins, but that's what they're called. They're called eye catches, and it's a double meaning because she's also a very attractive character.
Nice.
So anyway, here's the manga. Here's the manga. There it is in chat. Go ahead and check those out. Yeah, Neostar, I did too. It gives some personality, gives consistency, and if you have to deal with commercials, at least they say, "Hey, here's the commercials." Oh, and we're back from commercials. That's kind of nice. Welcomes you out and brings you back in. So yeah, please check out the manga. That's the better pitch than myself or even Dollar Coins could ever give. Is that manga? We worked very hard on it. It's got. It's a very loose manga, but I don't know. I'm still very impressed. And there's a few gags and a few panels.
Oh, look at that.
Stuff that he really did that are just great. Oh, what am I looking at?
Look at it's the link to the
Ooh,
manga.
That's neat.
That's
neat.
Fancy.
That is fancy. So there's the link up in Streamlabs too. Huh?
Nice. I like that, man.
Yeah, pretty sexy.
Please go check it out.
Well, and here's some more concepts from Andrea Boscolo. He has a very a strong background in like Warner Brothers and Disney style art. And so he's very expressive, and that was also very important with the character Cactus Coyote. He's a again, it's that Looney Tunes feel. It's a very stronger expression than Jack's very sober, dour, quiet, depressed. Cactus is not those things. He's confident. He's goofy. He's willing to make mistakes. It's a very different type of character, and so you're going to get a lot of different expressions. This one right here, can you see my mouse? Yes, you can. All right, this one right here is one of the forms right before he's about to shift to his doggo form, which you will see at the end of the manga. I believe it'll probably appear in by the end of the Western comic as well. It's probably my favorite form. It's the cutest little form. It's the closest form he has left after Plague fucked with him so much that resembles his race. It's the closest thing. And he doesn't like looking like it anymore because he lost all of that.
That's interesting. Because we don't know technically what he's... Because he's a shapeshifter, but do they have a base form then?
They do, and we've been teasing them for quite some time.
Wow, that's interesting.
Nobody's been clicking too hard on them, but they're fucking adorable. So eventually people will, I think, click on them. In fact, they showed up in Ty K. Tyler's crossover piece that I commissioned recently, where it was Cactus and Jack. And so if people saw that, you actually saw the little shapeshifters in their natural form. And there's another character called Radcat, which is kind of Cactus Coyote's the other side of his coin, and that relationship is very complex. And I've enjoyed what I've read of it, and I really hope other people will be able to enjoy and read it. So that's why we're trying to fund this thing. So we're getting into the pages now. Here's the opening page from Andrea Buscolo. Opens to Spinneroonie Town, which is literally just a giant kind of city on an asteroid, a broken chunk of a planet. It's nothing really compared to size, but there's so much money and smuggling and all kinds of, the worst the galaxy can offer comes in and out of here quite a bit. But it's not famine run, so it's not eternal servitude in terms of suffering. It's not war run, so you're not fighting for your life forever. It's not plague run, so you're not infected with some crazy disease in his search for perfect life. And it's not death run, so it ain't silent. So it's not Anu Confederation run where they it's a fascist boot on your neck at all times, and one wrong step they don't need you. It's a better option than some. Just like many aliens in the Ironverse become refugees on Earth because there's a light presence of all these things in that Anu net that they cause the New Deadwood Reservation. There's more freedom and peace there than you can find in the galaxy at a whole, but it's still it's a frontier town is what it is, honestly. And same with Spinneroonie. It's a very much a frontier town.
So
angle comes in.
And so, from what you've kind of teased, the horsemen tend to appear in, I believe, was it technologically advanced civilizations, or how does that work exactly?
What it is, the horsemen manifest on a world when that world reaches any kind of form of a certain capacity of whatever they are manifested from. For Earth, it was, you folks will see in issue number 2, it was in excess of, it was basically the Industrial Revolution is what did it. When people started really working hard on machines and suffering and trying to keep up with machines, that manifested famine, and then he just kept his ball rolling. And on Earth, very unique case in the universe. There's probably only a handful of planets that had done it. He led straight to his brother with World War One, and he had increased the technology so that people had to work harder to keep up with it and make it suffer more. So World War One was more like a World War Two, but during that time frame, and that spread the technology higher, weapons technology and all of that. Chemical warfare exploded, which brought in plague, and then plague ended up annihilating half of the planet, all life, plants, animals, people, everything, bacteria, everything fucking died or came back. About half of it died or came back as something else within the span of a minute at the shift between 1999 and 2000. And that's very rare that they'll manifest all four, and even rarer that they will hit an equilibrium, which they did on Earth, where all four brothers can't beat each other. If they beat each other, then they take the advantage, and then they go into space and join their other manifestations and become a greater part of that takeover of existence to become whatever they want. So they fight each other, and Earth manifested enough of them at the right time in the right abundance that they are stuck in a stalemate. And then the Anu showed up, and as a token gesture to make themselves look good, they defend the New Deadwood Reservation to keep this very intelligent species that invented Prot, a material that can feed anybody from almost any natural material. It's just a process that converts any organic material into something edible. It could be poisonous, it could be radioactive, it could be any kind of bullshit. But if it's organic, that process, that humanity, one specific scientist, but that humanity came up with can do that. And so that solved their military problems for feeding their armies. It solved so much. And so it was their way to show, like, we're not just taking this tech from these people, but we're protecting them. But it's really just a zoo. They don't let anybody in or out. They don't let any technology in or out except for what they want from people. They religiously try to stop any communication or any move in or out. And that's where people, but in particular Cactus Coyote, come in. Smugglers are super important on worlds that have reservations. Earth isn't the only world with a reservation. There's been a few other races that have done something like that the Anu are like, okay, well, now we got to protect this or it'll look bad. So that gives him a lucrative business. That's part of where he comes in. But yeah, the horsemen simply manifest when something, if there was a mass a mass starvation on a planet, famine would still manifest. He might not be technology based in that case. He just needs to be suffering based, and then he would actually try and just feed everybody enough so that they perpetually suffer, breed, die, and then their children suffer, breed, die. He doesn't want everything to die. He just wants everything to suffer and toil. He'll find pointless tasks to force you to do, just stacking bricks or grabbing, wreckage and moving it from one place to the other, as long as it hurts.
So at some point, then something, an occult motivation events occurred on Cactus Coyote's home world, where it was enough to manifest plague.
No, it wasn't actually. He was stolen, kidnapped. His race is super. It was of legend. It's a pure race. It's the most. If there were angels, it would be these sweet little things. And his planet, the plague showed up, kidnapped a few, and then just started using them. He didn't need the whole planet. He didn't need the whole race. He doesn't think like that. He just needed that specific thing to tinker with to see if he can do something with it. And
something for his experiments.
Yeah, exactly. Just to further his knowledge of trying to make this perfect thing, whatever it is he's searching for. It doesn't have to be good. It's just something biological. He wants to improve upon life because he knows better. That's what it is. He's the manifestation of reckless science and progress.
Jeremy's says some dope art here.
Oh, I love this art, particularly on this page. This is the Criminal Empress, Chandra of Spades. She's the current ruler. There's quite a bit of lore behind her that will be revealed. I believe we're actually not doing the Fairmont Slave World arc first. We're doing the Q Racer arc first. At least last I talked to Dollar Coins, in which case she takes a very prominent role right away, which is very cool. Q Racer is... Wacky Racers meets like Redline and a couple other things with the gag manga angle that Dollar Coins goes for with Cactus Coyote. It's a lot of fun.
I seriously cannot wait for that, man. I just love it, man.
Yeah, the scripts are great. I'm fucking entertained by the scripts. You can get art to them, especially this incredible art by Andrea Boscolo.
Yeah,
it's a wonderful book.
Now tell us about this woman we're seeing here.
Criminal Empress, Chandra of Spades. So I've heard the lore so many times. She has her race was one of it's a royalty that has owned Spinaroonie Town. They found this place. They founded it. They landed on that rock, so you can see up here this. But if it didn't have the Spinaroonie stuff, it was just a flat fucking rock. They landed there. They claimed it as a free space for them to do their criminal things. And they, I don't remember the material. I'm gonna say diamond crab, but it might be a platinum crab because they're called the Platinum Bloods. I think it's a diamond crab. It was the only life form on there. It crawled off, and it crawled on the top of the head. And that was, they took that as a sign that not only should they start there, but that they, that's how they're going to do their succession. And so it'll start jolting and moving when it thinks it's time to change rulers. And again, Q Racer arc, you might see a little bit of that. There's also an Anu Confederation arc, which is really fun. That's where you get to see right deep inside the galactic government and
wow,
what it really is. What would be the Feds in the West, the Pinkertons.
So people, it's safe to say that fans of not only Jack Irons but as the IronVerse as a whole would really dig the kind of the overarching stuff that we're going to get to see in this one, kind of the behind the scenes.
Yeah, each title of IronVerse Comics is built to be readable by itself, to have its own arcs and stories, but they all have the same goal. We're building this giant cohesive universe. So folks have watched One Piece. How One Piece did that is it would slowly introduce these characters on top of Luffy. So it'd be Luffy, and then they did Ronoro Zoro, and then they did I don't think Nami was the next one. It was Big Nose. I don't remember his name. It was him, and Goggles. Then it was Nami. But they did it in arcs. In one book. We're doing it in arcs in multiple books that converge, just to build this wider, what Marvel did is they would combine them into events, and then that's when you'd see see the crossovers and see all that. So we're hybridizing Nami, Usopp, Sanji. Sanji, thank
Usopp.
you. So,
Wait,
but
no, it's not
Sanji's not the
Usopp,
big
isn't it?
nose, but Sanji was
Usopp.
actually after Usopp, and then it was Nami.
Yeah, Usopp is the big nose guy.
Thank you, Neostar. Thank you. It's been a long time.
Coming through with the One Piece knowledge.
Yeah. So that's good. Yeah, I'm like 425 episodes in. And,
So you're about halfway there.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's so good. It's so good. The emotional levels and such.
Are you watching the movies and stuff too, or just the show?
Just the show. I haven't read the manga.
Or no, what about the movies? I've heard some of the movies are
I
pretty
haven't seen any of the movies either. I think I stopped because the next episode I was going to watch, it said, "Well, this follows after this movie." You don't have to watch the movies. It's one with I think they call them the Golden Lion.
That's one of the best. Oh, the Golden Lion. Or I was gonna say they did one where it was like they going gambling in a city of gold. That was supposed to be a really good one.
That one was actually we had given that image to Steve, a few images from that book to Steve for the Spinaroonie Casino.
Oh, that's funny, man.
And so there's a little bit of that, but
cool.
we decided to kind of just make sure that he knew to make it more wacky. He had actually given these women and such a more human skin tone and things like that. There are like no humans in space, again, because it's not impossible. It's near impossible to escape Earth.
There's probably like one or two, I bet.
Yeah, exactly, and they would be some pretty mean motherfuckers. There's one that will show up eventually. We actually have a teaser for it in Jack Irons #2. It's a very small teaser. People won't get it until we get to that point, and they're like, "Oh, that's what that was." But we're getting there. We're getting there. One piece at a time. Anywho, so there's a very integrated lore with her, the Chandra Spades. I would rather you guys get most of that from the book because not only do I not know it well enough to explain it properly, but I thoroughly enjoyed it when I read it, but I haven't read it 5 times to know it well enough. So it's how it goes. Go on down. This is our introduction.
Before you go on, we are joined by Wild Dollar Coins. Welcome,
Dollar
Coins.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
How's it going, man?
Caught me, I guess, fashionably late.
There you go, man. Hey, man,
you made it. That's
better late than never. That's right.
Hell yeah.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you joining in, man.
Yeah, surprise. Started so soon.
Yeah, Cody was wondering if there was maybe a mix-up on the time. But who knows? You know, I'm not sure. But we're just going over the campaign right now. We're looking at Alien Bouncer. It's funny because I actually just noticed he has some little tendrils coming off his cheeks there or something. Some feeler.
We've that's one of the I believe that's a Glore. It's one of the first races introduced in IronVerse Comics, introduced in Jack Irons #1.
Really?
You see
wow.
Glores.
Oh, that's cool.
In Jack Irons #2, you see what it means to be a Glore and why they go to Earth. Specifically because there's a certain other thing that has
this page
immortality.
This page is so good, man.
Oh, Andrea Bosco is so good.
Yeah.
And Dollar Coins here is that certainly made sure that his vision was represented quite well.
Yeah, Dollar Coins. What was some of the early inspiration for you when you were coming up with a lot of these ideas?
Cactus Coyote overall, or the pages?
In general, the characters, the aliens. I know a lot of it's from IronVerse, but it seems a lot of it comes from your own personal taste and storytelling style.
Well, I'm just like everybody else. We watch, tons of anime, read tons of manga.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what I like.
Nice. Do you have a favorite in terms of manga and anime?
Ooh. I guess just like anybody else, Cowboy Bebop.
Nice, man. Yeah, I could totally see. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say I could totally see Cowboy Bebop influences in the story and the art here.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop's always an inspiration. It's just very hard to execute because it's bebop. It's so specific. It's like, I think the quote is in one of the episodes, bumpers during the commercial breaks, is that it says there will be like a new genre unto itself, and it shall be called bebop. You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. Wow.
So that really, the TV show really took that on and took that.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing here with we're combining weird western and space western into a overarching more with the superhero genre and with the anime genre. And so there's a very heady brew there in IronVerse Comics that you can kind of feel all the way around. Kactus Coyote gives you a more direct feeling of manga. I know people get Trigun feelings from Jack, and they get a little bit of bebop, but it's not so much that. I really try to lean heavier on the Western influences, whereas I think Cactus tends to lean a little bit harder on the Eastern influences.
Yeah, that's true.
No, yeah, that's a great point. Now, so we see here on this page.
Me or is everybody hearing him crackle?
Crackled popcorn.
Yeah, somebody's
crackled. Am I crackled?
Yeah, you're crackled, Cody. Man.
I'm crackling, so it's my web. Okay, let me check what's going on because I was hearing Mike.
You sound okay now. Are you coming? Are we coming through now? Good.
Yeah. No, we're good. You guys were going. Yeah.
Must have been a little hiccup on the internet, I think.
Huh? Yeah. Unsure. Just a bad connection for a second. That'll happen.
Yeah. That'll happen every now and then. Still getting used to the new StreamYards setup. I like it though. Honestly, it's good.
Yeah, you forgot the Wicked icon.
I did. We were talking about that earlier. I was like, hey, I thought you had to pay for that feature, and they're like, nope, it's free. Looks like in the chat we're joined by Hot Weevil. Hello, how's it going? Weevil? Oh yeah, Hot Weevil. Yeah,
Hot Weevil. I don't see a Hot Weevil.
Really? It's on the StreamYard chat.
Oh,
but it's supposed to be an integrated chat, so maybe it'll pop up on YouTube in a minute after the process.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, you can kind of post on either one. But so yeah, this page is like I was saying, this page is really cool because I love seeing all the different, just the creatures that you see, the variety of you even see a robot in there. I love the guy. Is he handing out chips there, or what does he got there?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's like following a rich alien.
Oh, nice. Holding all our chips for her, I imagine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, in the IronVerse, cool. Pretty much all robotic creatures are probably treated worse than anything else.
Really?
Just because they're in the Anu, eternal slaves. It's something's disposable, rebuildable army. Same with war. Famine, his goal is to use flesh and bots so that the pain can be eternal. So there's that line in the animatrix that you get to see where things are kind of about to pivot is there. But as far as I know, there's not any massive rogue AI, but I think we've discussed integrating one at some point, just because it's an interesting concept, the Skynet concept, the Matrix concept. But at the moment, as far as I can tell, even in Cactus's time, most of them are slaves or servants.
And are they sentient slaves, or are they more like simple machines?
Depends where they got them. I would assume if it's something that famine had begun, it would be sentient so that it could feel. With war, he might want an instinct to the thing, the ability to fight and adapt, which may require sentience, depending on his opinion. I don't know if Plague would use robots. I mean, he would use like automatic turrets and shit, and maybe some cybernetics. But I think he'd rather build kaiju or mutant viruses and spread those. And of course, Death. He doesn't have any minions. He's fucking Death. It's quiet around him.
Doesn't really need any minions, I suppose.
Nope. But yeah, on this page, we welcome you to the Calypso Casino, which in this campaign you can get a poker chip from. If you back, I believe, at 25 or higher, you get a random poker chip, or do you get all three?
Nice.
Or is it
That's
50?
pretty fun.
No,
Was it about
15, you get your name in the comic. 50 there. So 25 up here.
I might upgrade it. You guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're coming through.
Alrighty. Yeah, I think I was a little too conservative with the one chip. So
Yes.
if it does really good, I might just get 3 chips for everybody.
Nice,
Yeah, that's what.
man.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of ways to adapt if we get this thing really rolling. If these bets and dice start getting real hot, that would be. There's a lot of ways to pivot that I would be very excited to see.
We need these high rollers getting on these tables, man.
I actually found
Yeah.
an amazing artist for a crossover pinup. I would love to send to folks. Incredible talent. Gave me an insane deal on his page rates. He does kind of a painter style. I would love to get to that. There's the connection was really good, but there's other, you gotta folks gotta spread the word and put their money where their mouth is and roll the dice for Cactus. But yeah, on this page you kind of see the introduction to the Calypso Casino. Again, one of 3 chips that you can get at that $25 tier. At higher tiers, I believe at the 50, you'll get all 3 chips, so you don't have to worry. There's the Viper chip. We'll get there. We'll get to those chips. But yeah, the Calypso is one of the more expensive, if I remember right, casinos out there. One of the more decadent ones. It's more for the exceedingly rich of the Anu or of the criminal underworld to kind of come and let loose. And here we get to our colored page within the Calypso Casino by Andrea Boscolo and the incredible Steve Cannon. It's just his coloring work is just so good. I was very unsure how it would look with Cactus, and I was mostly afraid that it would look too much like Jack's coloring, and it's nothing. It's just a talent is talent, and he was very able to adapt. Jack is a very textured book. This is more clean, glossy, vivid, more of a mild cartoon feel. We in particular had asked Steve to try and integrate a more anime style of shadowing, and I think he's done that pretty well. It's got more of that feel to it, and this is also the introduction of Cactus Coyote. He's showing up to snag something and kind of getting some folks' way to do it.
Yeah, I know. The colors just complement the line art so perfectly.
So well.
It's so beautiful. I mean, it's just incredible to look at, honestly.
Yeah, I will continue to say until somebody proves me wrong that IronVerse Comics puts out the most beautiful apocalypse in comics. It's a hell of a thing to say, but I still have the wrong the full completed colored line arts.
Cody,
there's more detailed line arts maybe there's more involved.
Yeah, you might want to run that one back.
You
might want to run that one back by us, Cody.
Oh yeah.
You're a robot style.
What the?
Yeah.
What could be doing that? I'm gonna go ahead and close this.
And now you're fine again. It's a temporary robot.
I'm gonna make sure I got
Very
a couple
strange.
closed.
No worries, man. But we got the gist of it, I think.
Yeah,
well, that's all good. Yeah, it was just me bragging about Team IronVerse Comics. You guys, you know, I always go to bat for that. So sure, you'll hear
now
me
Neos for Cyborg Kaiju, eh? Not a bad idea.
Oh yes.
Now, what is the where's the cyber? Did I miss that? Where's the Cyborg Kaiju come in?
I had spoken about Plague, but Tracker, his first mini, you'll get to see a Gila monster. Dragon Cyborg Kaiju.
Jeez.
Drawn by Vince Rush, our incredible letterer for Jack 1 and 2. and also an artist for Hellseekers with Alterna Comics, and Spencer Desmond, also known as at Rooster Punch on Twitter.
Nice, man.
Very excited for that. That's Jack number 3 stretch goal territory, though. But yeah, the Ironverse, all our characters kind of hit different notes that allow different explorations of these massive genres that I think everybody in Team Ironverse Comics enjoys. And so Vince has an incredible passion to get Tracker done, and I can't wait to see that started. You folks will see Tracker in issue number 2 of Jack Irons, and in issue number 3 if we get that funded. But we're here for Cactus.
Now, speaking of Cactus, Dollar Coins, I wanted to ask you, do you have a particularly favorite of his forms?
Oh,
I mean, we've only spoiled the one.
Right. If you can't say any of you can't necessarily say what it is. That's understandable as well.
Well, there's 2 that's already introduced.
That's true. That's true.
True, because you got the base form.
And there's 2 more that hasn't been introduced, but those are extremely unique and circumstantial.
So, would you say, is it safe to say that maybe one of your favorites is one of the ones you guys really haven't revealed yet?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Saving it for a little bit.
But right now, I guess it would be the Zoot Suit.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a particular fan of the Zoot Suit myself.
Yeah, in the manga, I just love the gag that you pulled there. He fucking rams a pipe into his pack to plug into a starship engine that he had in there. It's a great gag. I love that bit in the manga.
Oh man, that's great.
Go ahead and read it, folks. If you haven't, it's free.
Seriously.
When Coyote walks with the slot machine suitcase, because the suitcase it's a counter for how much time he has left in the form.
Interesting. That's pretty cool.
So it's like counting down, and it's when the slots roll, it's like flashing colors.
Mm-hmm.
So when it hits 777 or whatever it gets lined up in a row, it'll just end the form.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, so it does that in the manga version.
Nice, man. So it's kind of like it's not unlimited that he can stay in these forms.
Yeah, every form is he has a device that's counting down.
Is that true for the standard Coyote form as well, or is that more of the standard?
That's his standard.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, he does lose that form if he takes too much damage.
Oh boy.
That's when he shrinks into the little pooch.
Oh, the doggo?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be fun.
If you guys subscribe to Patreon, the first 2 issues of the Fairmont Slave Ark before we did the final manga, you get to see quite a bit of that. Those are still available on Patreon for $1. If anybody wants to sub, you can go in, look at those, take a look, and ditch. I'll appreciate the $1. Dollar Coins will appreciate the $1. But so if you guys want to see more of that, I really enjoyed those storyboards too. There's some pretty epic stuff that happens in them, and I'm pretty sure that they'll be kind of adapted into an arc down the road. I was talking about before you got here, Dollar, that you were considering doing Q Racer before the Slave Ark.
Oh, I was thinking doing Slave Ark entirely myself.
Oh, okay.
As Andre does Q Racer.
Oh. So you'll get a double dose of Cactus via manga and Western adaptation. I like that. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so fans would actually get 80 pages with the 40. I mean, well, combined, it would be 80.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Wicked. There's the link to the Patreon right there. If you folks want to take a look about what I'm talking about, there is 2 issues worth of manga storyboards in there, and it's an entertaining read. And there's some fun visuals. One of the one that always sticks in my head, because you brought up the doggo form again, is is when he's standing behind the kind of rock, and then you see the famine core kind of doing its work, but then there's this there's a rack that's just carrying all these fucking flayed corpses or whatever. It's a big it's that dichotomy that I really like by putting a Looney Tunes-esque character into a apocalyptic hell world. I don't know. It stuck with me. It's this cute little dog, this little dog form you're seeing from behind, and just all this awful in front of him. And I don't know. That's kind of a lot of what I see with Cactus is that face, those two things facing each other, the purity, the naivety, but in the best way to put that, versus the darkness. And I really appreciate that in a comic hero, and I don't actually see enough of that out there. I can't really think of many that pull that off in that way.
So it kind of combines that dark with that comedic humor a little more than Jack Irons would.
Oh yeah, no, Jack is like Punisher humor at best, where he's making a stupid pun about something really awful he's doing at the moment. It's just this is much more an upper than Jack is. Jack will work towards an upper. Very much so. In fact, the first arc is probably him exploring and working towards having a goal again. But Cactus right away, he's got his goal. He's got his business. He knows what he's doing. He's just got to keep listening for more gigs. All right, so we got to boom. First time he snags something.
Snap.
Busts up in there. We get our Mantis Lady. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, this page was hard.
Yeah. One of my favorite things, again, you were talking about this too, Mike. The variety of aliens you'll be able to see in Cactus is much greater than the variety you'll see in Jack, just because one's in space and actually is able to be accessed by the outside world, and then the other is very much walled off like a DMZ. It's like trying to get into North Korea. It's just you don't want to begin with.
So are all the aliens on Earth kind of stuck there?
Pretty much, because most of them probably gave everything they had to get there. So even then, they'll get there, and then they're refugees. So they try to make themselves useful. The Glore in particular aren't the most intelligent species, but they are very good warriors because, like Jack, they have a very strong regeneration ability. And a lot of them came there because they heard of this person who has this, and they find that persistent life, that strength, it's holy to them. And so you'll learn more about a few of the races. The Glore are just kind of a silly one, but they've got a good backing to them too. They're one of the founding races of the Anu Confederation, but since they aren't the smartest, they really got fucked over and controlled. So they're more of a peasant underclass than they deserve to be. And there's a lot of those. Like One Piece, there's these overarching politics and such that are shaping the journey that the characters have to go through, and each of these characters have their own kind of journey they're trying to do, but all of these other factors influence that. That's the kind of world building I'm seeing here with what we're doing, and it's the kind I wanted to do.
No, that's awesome. I see you have a pachinko machine.
Gotta have the
man.
Yeah,
Pachinko's so loud, dude. I remember I went to a pachinko place once, and it was just the sound was like a deafening metal sound of little balls, little.
I can imagine.
So I love that you get to see different games on display too, because that is I think one of the big appeals when I saw the comic. It was like it's a sci-fi western. It's got all these crazy aliens, but it's at this crazy casino, this fancy high-end place. These things that we recognize, all this wild stuff.
I was living in Vegas when before I met Cody.
Oh really? Oh, that's wild.
So I was walking around these big casinos all the time.
Okay, yeah. So you probably are used to that kind of stuff. Very, very familiar with it.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Yeah, and so
it
influenced your.
well.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seemed to influence the work.
On this page too, through most of the pages, Andrea's been really good at kind of breaking the fourth wall. Also with the art, which is a very manga thing to do. Western comics don't tend to like to do that. They like their boxes. But for instance, the dice, the chips, the movement of these three panels, dice chips. But then this right here, breaking the champagne bottle on the edge of the panel. I love that.
That's
just
nice.
Conceptually, and then also the die flying over and into the next panel.
Man, that is a nice touch.
It's fun. I like that kind of work. You don't in Jack. You will not get that. It's too dour. It's too serious.
Yeah, the dice is continuous.
Yes, the dice are totally rolled through pretty much all of it once they show up, which is great.
That is
yeah,
cool.
yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that's really cool. That's a fun visual device.
Of his escape deck. Do you want to explain what the escape deck is? I always I try. That's the best I'm going to explain it. I try $2.
It's like using, you know how when you open up a package of Pokemon cards, you got those like inventory cards, or like you use potion, or it has like the gym leaders on them.
Oh yeah, totally.
And I guess you can use Magic the Gathering as an example, and it's just abilities locked in the shape of a card. And Coyote purchases them in a pack digitally, and they're random. And he doesn't buy them permanently; he only buys to lease them for a one-time use. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And every card is either helpful or destructive. Like, and the more expensive, the more powerful they get.
Now, is this something where, like, using the card game example, is this something where he's going to a shop and picking out which, like, I want this card and this exact card, or is it more like a booster pack where he's getting a random pack assortment?
It's a booster pack.
Nice. Okay.
He opens one in the manga, right? Let me find that page.
Yeah, if the campaign had really.
There we go. Oh damn it! I forgot it's all sideways.
If the campaign
but in the manga, he totally opens a pack, so you guys can kind of see a good preview of a lot of the cards he could hit on this wonderful double-page spread.
Yeah, I was gonna add like a pack perk, a package card perk to the Go-Go.
Oh, nice.
But yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Fun stretch goal on a future campaign to do like a pack of those cards.
Yeah. So it would have said Famine Inc. and you would have got the same exact cards Coyote would have gotten.
That's so cool. Okay. It's a great idea. I like that.
Let me see. Oh, thought I had shared that. Let me see. Did this work? Did this share it? No, so I have to move that first. Just a second. I could show you the page from the manga. Well, actually, I could show you the page from the manga much better. Hold on and go ahead and I'll get that going. If you got any more questions for Dollar, that would be great.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So you started off with the doing the manga form. How did you guys first kind of come together to do that project together?
Oof. I just explained it to somebody the other day.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was. Give me a second.
That work. All right. So you're just gonna have to redo the screen real quick here in a second.
Sure. Yeah. No worries, man.
Stop screen. Share screen. Window or screen.
So, one day I came to Cody with just like a fun idea, and I told him, "Hey, wouldn't it be fun if Jack fought like a Wile E. Coyote kind of character, but he was an alien, and he looked toony, and then he would just fight pretty much like the Mask, all stretchy and just like he would stick out in the world." And he would have a bone to pick with Jack. And I drew one page as a knockoff, and Cody really liked it, and it just kept growing and growing.
You can show that page, Wicked, if you I had to stop the screen share and then restart it to switch the image. Boom, that's the page right there.
Nice.
That was pretty much the pitch page, first appearance of Cactus Coyote before we even changed it to a K.
Oh wow.
we had to change it to okay.
Really? How come?
Well, because people are no doubt already been using it all over the place like that.
Okay, I can see that. So give it a little more unique spin to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like Mankind, he used to be called Cactus Jack or something
Hmm.
from WWE.
Oh,
Really? Now this is the card pack you picked up.
yep, from
Oh,
the
that's
manga.
so dope. I even love that you can see what each one does on there.
Yep.
Now the fee, how does that work? Because I see some are
Uh,
free, but others aren't free.
yeah, you still have to you purchase the pack and then you purchase the license to use each individually one.
Kind of
Each
like
one individually once. Go ahead.
kind of like an activation fee almost.
Yeah,
Nice. I see he's got a free one there.
yeah. The free one is just a borderline blank card.
Oh, really?
So he just gets eight of
It's for,
spades
yeah, I
blank
think
card.
it looks like it helps you cheat in like a card game if you wanted.
No. It's what do you call it? It's a blank, but it's a blank where Coyote could counterfeit something.
Oh,
So you know,
interesting.
yeah. So there's a part in the manga, no, yeah, in the Slave World arc where Coyote takes a bunch of these blank cards
Mm.
and he sticks them in his mouth, and somebody hits him over the head, and it's like a Xerox machine or a printer, and it just empties the leftover stuff in his stomach and randomly generates whatever on them.
And as we know, he has a pocket dimension in his stomach, so
Yeah,
there's
and
a
it's
lot of stuff in there.
yeah, a lot of leftover stuff.
Oh
Like
man.
this the Anu bounty hunter, the Star Girl.
Mm-hmm.
She shoots like a star blast, like it's really powerful and destructive. Yeah, her.
Nice.
Like literally DBZ beam she shoots. And Coyote swallows it, and when he generates the card, he generates two versions that are her, and one's a variant, and one is nuclear fusion, and the other one is just like her plate, like her bio card, like it just has her
Mm.
picture on it,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's how it works.
She looks awesome, man. I can't wait to see when she shows up because it looks like she can give Jack a run for his money.
Oh, no question. Oh my God. It's two different levels. It's like a god versus somebody who can kind of just really regenerate meat really quickly.
Jeez. Wow.
No.
Yeah, it's like the Sentry and Wolverine.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jack better count himself lucky that he's never met her.
Oh, he's met her.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
Hmm.
she's been chasing Coyote. She's like the Zenigata,
Oh, okay, nice.
and she's chasing him for a super minor like violation. So
Really?
since he was like a little tiny guy when he first escaped, and we got Bazongas right there.
Nice.
Had to. That's her first appearance.
Gotta love that panel.
That's the other thing. Cactus Coyote brings the waifu into IronVerse, and it was very much needed. You have one girl I think people will real like in Jack's line, but it's few and far between on Earth. Most everybody's fucking dead, but not so in space. Not so much.
Not so much.
I was like, this wouldn't be a manga if I didn't include this.
Right, you gotta have a little fan service,
Yeah.
No, that's great, man. That's a fun page. I think she's a really interesting character. I love the aesthetic too.
Oh, there's another character you're gonna like in Slave World Arc. He's an Anu, like her, but he's like a captain of a starship.
Really?
And let me see. There's a moment in the Slave World arc where Coyote literally overruns the horsemen's base with like a giant like mecha kaiju.
Jeez, dude, that sounds so cool.
And
So much
issue
to look
2,
forward
isn't
to.
it?
So much to
Yeah,
look
here we
forward to,
go.
man.
yeah, and it's just going like Cody. You could look up the pages. There you
That's
go.
what I'm doing.
Whoa. That thing is
That
badass,
kaiju
dude.
right there.
That thing is huge.
And he
Jeez.
caused so much destruction and chaos. And he throws like the military base.
Punches
he
his
flip-
face right through it.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
and he triggers what's called the irons alarm, which is an alarm that alerts if Jack Irons' presence is in the area, which they take very, very serious.
Mm-hmm.
But Coyote activates that by posing as Jack Irons.
Oh, that sounds. Yeah, I'd love to see that.
What is that?
And that automatically triggers like a lockdown.
Where are you?
Wherever that is. Like a planetary lockdown. Cody.
Oh no! Yeah, my filing system on this.
Gorgon Emissary joined us, howdy, and says I still expect that panel to be in the final release version. By the way, I'm assuming that's the Bazongas panel.
It is the Bazongas panel. He's asked me before.
And then
better be there.
And we have What a Woman, Love Me, a Law Lady.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
Tough.
Oh yeah.
But I was saying, the planet gets blockade under that irons alarm, and there's this one Anu space captain who's commanding a ship in the blockade, and he's like the only other main Anu character.
Really?
And okay, I'm trying to put this into words. Coyote is on the planet when all this chaos is happening, and his escape deck. The owner, the Famine Inc., the fake one, contacts him and asks him that will he allow his escape deck to be a relay point to broadcast a gambling event. And Coyote agrees to it, and all the kaiju and all those mecha prison robots that Cody saw, they're like those Power Ranger robots. They get activated into like a dance off.
Yep.
And the Anu captain in the spaceship wants to join, but they said if he participates in this Famine Inc. Facade, he's gonna get demoted or kicked out of the Anu, and he's like, I don't care, and he walks out of the spaceship.
Boom.
And all these satellites from Famine Inc. appearing because they're going to broadcast the event, and and it's like a whole issue dedicated to like the dancing.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome.
Right here, yeah, a little preview for you folks.
Yeah.
Is that the Jactus guys?
And he's
no,
very.
I'm still looking for that damn Jack disguise.
Okay. That's the dance off. That's the dance off right there.
Yeah, that's just a big preview. I think there's a lot there.
Right.
This and this are kind of super important for the arc as well.
Yeah, that's like issue.
It's so fun because one of my favorite things about the Zoot suit form is that Cactus Coyote in his face, his usual form, is already a fun, wild character. But when he goes into the Zoot suit form, he's even more wild and fun and crazy. At least that's what appears to me. Like about the design itself, it just looks like so much fun.
Yeah, that's his compression form right there. We're looking at.
Oh, really? So is that different from the Zoot suit then?
Yeah, Zoot suit is very spaghetti.
Okay.
Yeah, see, this is him dealing with the compression form.
So we're actually seeing a different form then.
Yeah, this is a different form right here.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
And this just makes him like he swallowed a big battery, like a big ship battery. he had to compress it down so he can have mobility. So it makes them like really tight and compressed, and even his cactus symbol gets compressed.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the scene. There's the battery. Where's where he's swallowing it? It's a great. There it is. And then yes, he has to chop down.
Yeah.
And boom, compressed. It's the bolo tie form. That's
Yeah,
it.
bolo tie form.
Bolo tie,
Bolo tie
nice.
form. That's it.
The Zoot Suit Farm bolo tie form.
Nice, I like it. So is that kind of like a consistent theme with the forms, naming them like that?
Yeah, there's the gangster. The next one, my favorite one is the gangster form,
Ooh,
which is like he looks like a mobster.
I like it. I like it, man.
Like it's that mask form where like he had the black suit with the stripes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
let me
like that.
see. I might have to snag that off the compendium. I don't have everything saved where it should be. I'm not holding up my end.
Oh, slacking, man.
I am. I will not deny. Let's
Gorgonite
see.
Emissary says, Cactus, this is even my final form.
Pretty much.
Yeah, seriously.
Down there for a second. It would be in here. And then it would be in here.
I just love that look of expression as he's trying to compress that down.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Not,
He's just
does not look fun.
burping out the electricity.
Yeah. Yeah, that burp is so good. I love that right there.
So this would be the Slave Road arc that I would finish and include in the Indiegogo campaign.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Even printed completely if we could get as a stretch goal.
Nice, man.
So people would get 80 pages, like
Wow.
total.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of material, even as as a base material. It's a 40-page book, isn't that right?
Wait, did I say 80 pages? No, wait. The Slave Ark is more than 80 pages.
Whoa.
It would be, it would be finished, but it would be like probably close to 200, I think.
Really? It's a pretty long arc.
Yeah, this is like 10 issues.
Okay, yeah.
So I mean, I would get it done. I would knock him out.
Oh yeah, when he digs into the manga and man, he pumps them right the fuck out.
That's so cool, man. And I love your style on it too, man.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
These
Let's
gags.
see, where is
man.
that?
So do you see the gangster form we don't have an image for, but how he gets rid of the battery.
Oh. Oh,
Hey
man.
Cody, can you go to the drive? Because I have the cleaner version of this with
Ooh, there's a cleaner version.
with the
Cactus
text
Coyote.
bubbles.
Is it issue 1 manga?
It should be in the storyboards or
We
issue
have
one
a-
manga.
We actually have a question from the chat, if you guys
Oh,
don't mind.
perfect.
Gorgonite Emissary says, speaking of final forms, what would happen if Cactus was able to eat one of the 4 horsemen?
Oh,
Oh.
that's just a good idea. If you folks are curious, I can show a little bit. Cactus here actually did some of the original kind of concept art for Jack #2. He didn't get credited like I kind of wanted to, but I just found that in the drive. I'm looking in the wrong place, though, apparently.
Yeah, I did what? How many pages? 8 or 6?
4. So let's see, 4. 5.
I know 4 made it in.
7.
7?
7 that you did. I mean, it goes up to 7.
No, like 3 of them actually.
Yeah, they got
adopted by
combined.
Donald.
Like Maxie did that double page spread, which combined like 4 of the pages or something like that. But I mean, honestly, the influence, like page 1 right away, the influence is right there. But I think I have to download that, so bear with me, folks. Bear with me. But yeah, if there's other questions in chat for Dollar, that would be great while I continue to stall.
I have all the Coyote storyboard pages, the clean ones, on Twitter as well. So you have to scroll all the way down.
That's true. You were posting them for quite a bit of time. Oh, here's storyboard pages. That's where I should be looking. Okay, I found that. Issue 1 or 2. What were we looking for?
It would be both of them. No, it would be two. It would be two.
It'd be two. Okay, let me back up.
They're all clean.
Yeah, it's just a cleaner image. So we want the cleaner image of him ejecting this battery. Where is that? Skipped past it there, so it's got to be up top here. Yeah, it's got to be before that thing gets up. Oh, there it is. Sure. I guess it is cleaner. Okay, so I can't really tell if this is showing. You guys are gonna have to let me know. It's easier than downloading it, but some clean Name work.
Oh no, that's the same one, Cody.
No, it's the same one.
Yeah, it would have text bubbles on it.
Oh, so I want lettered. Got it.
Yeah.
There was lettered. There's pre-lettered and then unlettered. So we want pre-lettered.
So people who back the Gogo would get a different arc called Q Racer, and it is a racing arc. Yeah, that's the one.
There we go.
I was telling Cody earlier how excited I am for that arc. That's just sounds so awesome.
Yeah, that is very Spinneroonie grounded kind of story.
Oh, really? Okay.
Exclusive preview for you folks.
You got Troy Torres exclusive there.
Yep, for Q Racer.
Which is actually featured as a print within a print. It's like an Inception.
Yeah, it's a print within a print. Yeah, he did. He totally Russian nesting egged his pin up for me, which he did not need to, which was fucking cool of him.
Right, that was a nice touch there. Yeah. But yeah, Q Racer is just so cool. I mean, just that image alone, it sparks a lot of the imagination of what to look forward to. And Thursday.
Yeah.
Cody made sure it was on he reminded me to remember to say it's on a Thursday.
That's so funny.
Yeah. It's got to be on a Thursday.
Right. Oh man, no, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like like those old Oscar. No, it's like how they have those MMA fights, and it's like a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever they had those in Vegas, like the internet would like stall in the whole city because everybody was streaming it in bars.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the casinos.
Oh, that's funny. Wow. Jeez. So it's like one of those big event things.
Yeah.
That people go to. And this takes place in Spinneroonie Town.
The first race takes place in Spinneroonie Town.
Oh, okay. So it's a multi-race tournament or what do you call those? Like a Grand Prix or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, this is the third. Is the third? Yes, third annual Q Racer. So it happened 2 times already.
Okay, but still pretty new.
Yeah, it's still pretty new.
Oh, that's cool.
It replaced Q Wrestler. And then before that, it was like a gladiator, because further you go back, it's more primal.
Oh, really? Okay. Looks like Neostar Productions is super excited about the racing arc. I agree. I'm 100% with you there.
Well, that's the one you're backing. It looks like if you go and back the campaign now, you'll probably get issue 1 of Q Racer.
Heck yeah, Dean.
So go for it, folks, and you also get the Slave World arcs as it goes.
Yeah, the pages you see on the Indiegogo is borderline introduction.
So that's cool, man. That's a bonus right there.
Boom. There we go.
Yeah, this is all bonus. This is like issue 0. This is what happens before Slave World arc. All this. So this would be Slave World arc, like before Coyote gets thrown out, and then it would be. This just gives you a taste of what Coyote is to the backers.
Exactly. Alongside the manga. Really want people to know and have the ability to look at these things when you're starting out. Your best foot forward. Certainly have been doing that with Cactus and with IronVerse Comics overall.
Yeah, no, seriously, and I mean, you guys have put something together here that's really incredible. Like, it's super creative. It's got its own place in the Ironverse, and so I really want to see this funded. As Gorgonite says, we want to get this thing funded, man. So that's just exciting, man. I'm really excited for you guys with this property. Now we have a piece here that says Bosco Lozar, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, it's Andrea. It's cover A, so you get two choices of covers. You can get them both as well. With the campaign, it's your $5 entry fee, $5 shipping, $10 overall. You'll get your issue with the cover of your choice. This is cover A, Andrea Boscolo and Stephen Cannon. So it's the interior art team, and this cover blew me away. I had seen the line art for a while. I'd liked the line art. It was solid line art, and I like the homage cover. It is. I'm hoping folks like the homage cover we did with Jack #2. I hope folks kind of see what we were doing, and somebody can come up with it without anybody else spoiling it. I like that stuff, but once Steve put colors on this, it wasn't what I was expecting color-wise either. I know Dollar. I think you were thinking more maybe the reds, blacks, and greens in the background, maybe.
Oh yeah, that was like typical.
But he decided to make sure that the browns come off right, and I guess to do that he had to put the blues and the purples.
Yeah,
And then
totally.
The cactus emblem pops like
unique.
fucking crazy on that too, which I just love it.
No, I know, right? Yeah. The cactus is nice.
Yeah, it's nice and poppy.
Mm-hmm.
We had to
And
get it shinier,
too,
I think, was one of the tweaks. We had to get that shiny. I think that was actually in the pages, and then he got that down. But we also had to get that eye in there.
And
so
I even like
it.
Oh, that's a nice touch, man. And but I even like the guns that they're colored in such a way as to not necessarily draw the eye. Like you're looking at Coyote, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is so cool. Yeah, that's a nice one. So that's one of the options as a cover, is that right?
Yeah, that's cover A.
Yeah, and we're working on a new logo too. Right
Interesting.
Now. It'll have the Japanese on the corner.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna have a different logo than the one you guys are used to. I believe we're reusing the Zero Fox original draft logo on this cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say now we have cover B, which is kind of like a poster cutout style.
Oh yeah, there's the one. There's two versions of this. The other one has the Spinneroonie on it.
Yep.
That one we'd like to use for a poster or a pinup.
I actually already snagged it and put it on a shirt I've been wearing. Off and on.
Really?
I'm actually wearing the shirt right now. But
damn, you damn fanboy.
Now this piece is a gorgeous piece right here.
Yeah,
I've been very happy to use it as a promotional piece. It was the first kind of colored, really truly colored image of Cactus with a closer color scheme. You'll notice it's not the exact same color scheme. It's pretty damn close though. It fits really well with the guy puts so much energy into his work. It just pops off like crazy. And when I saw this, I was just so stoked. It got me so happy.
I've been following Bridget Foss for a while, and I always see he always posts a new picture like every day. And when I asked him to do the first Coyote picture, I sent the email one moment, and I got the picture back like that, like in an hour or two.
Boom!
Wow!
And when I asked for the second one, I didn't want to give him. I didn't want to. He's the kind of guy you don't constrain with too many directions. Because I do like to have almost full control if with art. But with Bridget Foss, I knew it's like it was gonna come out a super unique way, like, and once I let go, which was just easy to do because I trust his art style, because I've seen it so much, and this is what I got back, like almost like a couple hours later.
Wow, fast work, man.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, out of the ballpark.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's exciting, man. Yeah, that's just so cool when you get it back like that, and it's exactly what you were hoping for, even and then
Yep.
some.
Yeah, I've been lucky with that. With Jack, it's kind of been that way the whole time. I've only had to do very small things to kind of push the storyline and make sure things are going perfectly. But Maxie's just so good, and how I write two comics, it allows me to just write to the art, so I can let go of trying too hard to push specifics. But I might end up doing that a little bit more as we go forward, and as he continues to raise his page rate.
Yeah, you gotta eat, right? Everyone's
Yeah,
gotta
oh
eat.
yeah, no question, no question. So this is a poster you can get at one of the higher tiers. It was the winner of our fan art contest we ran last year alongside.
Oh no, Crafty
No?
Fox won it.
Oh, Crafty Foxy won it. Okay, so this was okay, because I know we got 3 entries to that.
This was the second one that won.
Yeah, this was second place, but it had such a mood to it. We ended up using it for the cover of the manga, and
How'd you say?
Zero Fox did the logo and the redo there. The nice
Who
little
drew it?
design.
How you say the name of this artist? Amoe Blob.
I believe it's
yeah.
Amoeba Cannon.
Amoeba Canon. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's why we got an amoeba here too. I think.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that a ghost but it's an amoeba?
Yeah, it's Amoeba. Kind
Yeah,
of
I think
alien.
it's little amoebas right there too.
That's his like
Uh,
his own original character, and I want to put him in the
ah,
background. I want to put him in the background in Coyote, but I haven't picked the scene.
Yeah,
oh,
it's a
that's
good
cool.
character. I liked how he designed the environment of the casino too. We've got this kind of sci-fi Stein. The cards they play with are these thin little chips instead. It's a great piece, and let's see. Here's the pitch right here. It's poker night with the boys. Den is full of cigar smoke, and one of the fellas asks you, "Where'd you get this snazzy poster?" He's an alien shapeshifter, you says, and he owes some debts. Just a great piece. You'll get it 1117 print at the right tier, and we'll see the tiers here in a second. Again, we're doing this so we can pay the artists, including Steve Cannon, Andrea Boscolo. It'd be good to get some fundage. Yeah, here's the tiers. Here is the tiers. So for 3, you'll get the digital. For 5, plus 5 shipping, you can get cover A or cover B with Baccarat instead of 4-card Monty. At 15, you can get your name somewhere in the background. It can be a lot of different things, basically anywhere they could fit it in.
And you'll get a cover.
Marquee signs, a lot of different things. Possibilities are endless. There you go. 25 people. That's it for that. I think that's a pretty good entry fee. I'm assuming for domestic, it's also $5 shipping. So $20, and you actually become part of IronVerse Comics. Pretty cool. At 25 here, plus probably another 5 domestic, you'll get both the newsprint issues and one of the casino chips. At 50, you'll get both the newsprint. You'll get all 3 casino chips and the 11x17 Classic Coyote poster we were just pitching. At 50, you can buy Cactus in bulk, your choice of the variants, in this case for 12. At 100, you'll get 26 of them, your choice, again, of variants. At 150, and this is one of the tiers I like quite a bit, you'll get 2 pages straight from the manga, original traditional art pages, straight from Dollar Coins himself. Only 5 people can do that, though.
Yeah, they're paired up already.
Really?
So there's 2 and another 2 and another
double
2.
Page, double page.
That's cool.
So yeah, those are what you can snag. I'm lucky enough to possess the final page of this manga. Very cool.
Yeah, you got a lot of cool goodies you guys are giving out on these perks.
Exactly. At 250, you actually get added to a unique page. It's you get your name on a VIP badge and a special thank you page. Badges will be drawn on a page with a group of 5 silhouette figures, those 5 backers, awaiting their next big game. So not only can you get your name in there, just randomly, you can get a physical character in the IronVerse.
Nice.
As part of Cactus Coyote and part of Spinaroonie Town.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, these pages would be at the end.
Yeah.
I would assume. Because they're kind of like thank you pages.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a nice, gift to give the people who backed at that level.
Same thing again. Yeah, exactly. If people are willing to throw down this much, we definitely want to make them part of it. They are literally investing, so they should have a good involvement. At this level. Well,
I was gonna say to the what's your name for the Wicked?
Oh, Michael.
Michael, you played Resident Evil?
A little bit, yeah.
You beat a few of them?
Not really. I haven't necessarily beat them all the way through.
Alrighty. Well, like usually when you beat them, there's like a little special. You get like a special photograph at the end with like your game time and your grade for your overall. And it's always a unique picture.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If the gun's on the table and it has like the character's name on an item, and that's pretty much what these pages are.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. Something like a little a bonus prize at the end, kind of uniquely tailored to that individual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man.
If you double the VIP badge going in, you actually become one of Coyote's loan sharks, so you become part of the story as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Only 3 people.
That one's very limited.
Yeah.
And here we are to the actual chips. Chip designs by Andrea Boscolo. Very cool chips. I was very stoked. So Calypso Casino, which you saw the entrance to in page 2, up above. That's their symbology. That is the quadrants, which is the galactic currency of trade. So that got designed too, which is very cool.
I love those. They look so nice, man.
They are really nice.
Yeah, they'll feel nice too. It says right there, they're going to be clay composite. No, clay.
Really?
Yeah,
clay
they're the
poker
nice, high quality poker chip that feels
like
nice.
Wow.
It really feels really nice to hold in your hands.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And here's the credits. 2 of us are already here, Dollar and me. Andrea Boscolo, he's doing the page art and did cover A. He's also doing a lot of the promotional art. We've got another piece kind of in the can getting colored. I really want to show more. I've shown it on Twitter. I can't wait to see that one colored, and we'll see what we end up doing with it. Cover B and promotional art, Bridge of Faust, or Mr. What's His Name. We showed that. Steve. Our colorist, Steve Cannon, the Classic Coyote poster, Amoeba Cannon, and designed by Zero Fox. Plague art, which was up above, and I spoke about when I was talking about that specific part, by Maxi Dallo and Steve Cannon. And the Spinaroonie sign artwork, which I also mentioned, by Troy Torres, Mr. Marvel of Wanpool fame. And that's Team Coyote. That's the division working on that title. We got Team Cowboy, Team Coyote, Team Silverado, Team Monk, and Team Tracker, or Team Top Predator, I guess is what it would be. And they're all pretty goddamn skilled. I'm very appreciative to work with them. So let's get this title going. Let's get this amazing adventure going so that we can continue to add to it, build upon it, and get that IronVerse wave just crashing crazy. Because the potential is 110% there.
Yeah, there's so many stories, and I mean, you said yourself, there's already so many scripts and stories waiting to be told for Cactus Coyote. It's just so much,
very much so,
waiting just to be tapped. So, I mean, now's the time to get in on it.
Especially, let's see, do I have that in an easy access? I should have. Oh, I'm on it. What am I talking about? I'm scrolling through it, and I'm looking for it. I was looking for the Indiegogo page.
Where is it? I can't find it.
That's what mine is. So, I do want to reset this because allegedly we got a backer. Thank you, Scott Kish.
Oh, nice,
he said he backed and spread. He probably backed earlier. Because the reset didn't seem to do that. So I believe he did actually. I remember the Friday he did. Now I think about it.
Oh, nice.
My mind's just all over the place. Long day. 9 days left, folks. That's what I was working towards.
Let's get it done, guys. Let's get
out
it done.
Out of a $7,777 fixed goal.
Yeah, we need to fix
We've
goals.
got
That
a
means we got
couple.
to push this book, guys.
Yeah, we've got a couple Hail Marys in the works. Some are actually in the mail.
Nice.
The check's in the mail.
Yeah.
Is
And
that Spider-Man?
this date isn't as solidified as it could be, but we're more likely to extend it the more this bar grows. That's no
Right.
question. That's no question.
So
Because
we need to see a show
we can pivot.
of solidarity, some backing here.
That would
we
be
need people to
good
get behind
because if you're
Coyote
waiting,
Cactus.
yeah, if you're waiting for the last minute, we are too, and perhaps if you wait that long, it'll be too late.
Exactly, and we need it not to be too late. So
That would
please,
be great.
please check out the book. Now, do you have plans? Let's just say, heaven forbid, you guys don't make the goal. Do you guys have plans to continue down the road?
I spoke to this effect yesterday on Meeting of the Minds. I
Mhm.
spoke about it a lot. The main plan C for most of IronVerse Comics is what I've been calling the IronVerse Anthology. My hope was to build the anthology out of multiple titles where we would throw the 8-page mini introduction of the character into the back of a ongoing title already, which is kind of what older Western books would do. They'd give you a couple different stories. So that'd be a kind of our homage to that. So Cactus, instead of being one of those titles, he would revert to part of the IronVerse anthology with Golden Monk, Silverado, and Tracker. My hope is Tracker would end up in the back of Jack. Don't know. But that's the plan C with this. We are funding the first 8 pages, these introductory pages. They will be used. They are funded. They are guaranteed happening. This is not the last you'll see of Cactus. But
That's awesome.
If you want to see a lot more, a lot quicker, the easiest way is to support it, man.
Exactly. So if you want to keep the lights on here and keep these dice rolling, get behind this comic right now and tell your friends about it. Tell all the people you can about it because this is an exciting new property from IronVerse. It's a big part of IronVerse.
Yeah, it's gonna be it is a lot of fun. It's a fun title, and it's really our first fun title.
And you need that fun.
Yes, so much.
Hey Cody, can you scroll back to the pages?
Yes, absolutely.
To the last
page
one.
Do you want? Last one.
The very last one, yeah.
Very last.
I just want to explain what's happening here. Coyote is infiltrating one of the big casinos. There's 3 big casinos in Spinneroonie Town, and he's after like a memory chip or data in that table he's on, the craps table, and he's to retrieve like the algorithm or the firmware software that this casino uses, and he's going to give it to his client in the lesser casinos because they really don't have the fee to update the firmware in all their machines. So he's just taking it from one of they hired him to take it from the big casinos to take it to the little ones, which are in Discount Town. So that's what he's doing right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice. So he's working a job right now.
He's stealing Sony's firmware.
He's stealing Spider-Man.
Out of there.
It's like their Spider-Man game don't work, so he's stealing the firmware. It's outdated.
Oh man, that's great. I love that bit of like technical flair that he displays.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a lot of that.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
that goes hand in hand.
It does very much so.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like the only time he could look cool.
Yeah, he's got an interesting style, man. He somehow makes it look cool,
I always try to make him look like a loser.
Really?
Yeah. Cody read the Q Racer issues and he got sad of how much I made Coyote look like a chump.
I did. But he is a chump, so you're being right to the characterization.
He's a bit. Is he a bit Weasley? In a way.
Yeah. Well, not like connive. Well, he is conniving.
It's not mean spirited. I don't think it's arrogant.
Right. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Right. It's kind of what it is. It's more of a this is who I am.
Self-assurance of who he is and what he can do.
he's so unique. It's kind of hard to pigeonhole
put it
because
down.
I can't compare it to because I've seen a lot of manga, anime, comics, movies, and I still can't pin it. His personality.
That's pretty awesome, man. So it's a pretty unique character.
He's like a very angry. Well, he's a very prone to upset when money's involved. Well, like there's a scene where in Q Racer where Coyote's like in his race car. He's gonna be racing, and somebody says this name, and he's all like, his legs are hanging out of the door window, and he's all like, he's like, who said that? Who said my name? And he's like trying to get out. He's just kicking his legs. And there's like another scene in Q Racer where like he gets kind of bum rushed by all these maids, or like like a cafe maid. And like their boobs are in his face, and he's like, "Get off me!" He's like, "Get off me! Get off me! You trying to pickpocket me?" Like he's not even attracted to that. He's just he's always concerned of like if somebody's trying to swindle the swindler.
he's a true entrepreneur, man. He's got his mind on his money.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. Was it safe to say that Cactus Coyote is always looking out for his next big score?
Yeah, he's always.
Well, that's fun. Gorgonite says he's sly without the support group.
Yeah.
A little more fun, more mischievous than sly, maybe.
He's like Sly and the little rat thing from Jack combined.
The rat thing from Jack.
What was that thing? Remember his name?
What? Sorry.
The
what thing?
The rat thing from Jack.
The little weasel, the little orange weasel.
Little orange.
Daxter. Jack and Daxter.
Oh, we were thinking Jack Ayers.
No.
Oh, Jack and
like,
Dexter.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Yep.
Was Dexter?
Daxter, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Google. Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I can see that. A little bit of both combined. Zero Fox suggests Wile E. Coyote meets Han Solo.
I have no idea. I guess.
Oh man.
Yeah, if the Roadrunner was a big score, and I guess Han Solo's a smuggler. This is pre-hero Han Solo.
Oh yeah, he's a smuggler.
And if Han Solo was a shapeshifter with a pocket dimension in his stomach.
Yes.
There's that too.
Yeah, I had somebody a message me on the Coyote account, and they told me doing some promotional art pieces with Coyote and Sly, Jack and Daxter, and Spyro. Like they said, like that would really help your campaign. And I was like, I'd like to attempt that because I think Coyote looks like he's from that broth of art design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he's inspired by it too.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that would be pretty cool actually. It's funny because they haven't made those Jack and Dexter game in a while or any of those games. It's about time for a new one of those.
Spyro, they made a remake of it again.
Yeah, they remastered Spyro, and then Ratchet and Clank got a movie a couple years ago.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But, nothing from Sly.
I would love a Cactus Coyote
Everybody's waiting on
game.
Sly. Yeah, I'm always thinking about that. I'm like,
right?
The cards would be like a good attack mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be fun to do like a Unity game or something. Have like you said, run around and you'd be able to use the cards to manifest the attacks.
Yeah.
Enemies are like shooting at you and stuff, and
the game menu would be like the escape deck menu.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah. Yeah, the endless possibilities there.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, we're getting close to the end of the time. I think we'll wrap up in the next 15 minutes or so. But what's going on for the rest of the campaign, and what do you want to tell your fans out there?
Well, the campaign will probably be extended. So it looks like it's going to end, but it'll still be around for a while.
Okay, so the more people, like Cody was saying, the more people get into it and stuff, and the more chance you guys will renew it, then there'll be a chance for people to kind of extend that
Yeah,
momentum a little bit and
there's,
keep it
there's,
going.
there'll still be plenty of time to hit the goal.
Nice, man. Yeah, no, that's good to hear because I know a lot of people. We can already see in the chat people are really excited about this.
Yeah, it
So
looks like crunch time, but we're still good.
Well, it's
there's
still
options.
it's always crunch time in my book. It's always crunch time.
Hey, but just like Cactus Coyote, you got a card or two up your sleeves, man.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
no doubt about that.
So that's good, man. That's really cool. And Cody, how are you preparing yourself? How are you getting through this campaign?
Oh, it's been a trip. It's been a good journey. Meeting Dollar and creating work. The IronVerse Comics is a hell of a thing. I'm so proud of everybody involved and everything we've been able to accomplish so far. And this is another really powerful step in moving that forward and getting that momentum. So I'm proud of it. Whatever we do with it. With Jack #2's release coming out, I'm really hoping that also will fuel more interest in all our work. I'm very proud of that book. I'm just hoping my writing kept up. I'm probably the most novice creator in almost all of Team IronVerse Comics. I don't think anybody else has done. I think I am the most novice, but. It's been a hell of a journey, and going through this in particular, the manga was a lot of fun, and the fact that we went from 8 to 16 to 30 and then 40 pages on that was a lot of fun. Just trying to letter, it was really trying. It's there. That was a trip. There's a lot here, as we've been speaking for the last couple hours, and I really. It's worth your effort, folks. Just like it's been worth all of Team IronVerse and Team Coyote in particular's efforts in putting this out there. Jack had possibly better timing, but nonetheless, the creativity, the drive, the quality that's on par, if not exceeding that. With each of our progressions, and Cactus is again another amazing step in that direction. And if folks want to see more of us, you keep our spirits up and you keep us paid, you're gonna see more.
Exactly, no, man. You want to see more IronVerse? Then help put your money where your mouth is and get it done.
Yes,
because every creator, as we said earlier, every creator's got to eat.
Yeah, and I mean, again, folks, if you got $3, you'll get the digital, or you'll get your $3 back. You know, it's not so bad. Every bit forward, every movement forward really makes a difference in a campaign like this. And there's no level too small, and certainly no level too big.
That's right. Every contribution is important. Yes, and gets it done. So yes, please back it. In fact, I'll go ahead and as we're wrapping up, I'm gonna go ahead and post the link again to the Indiegogo.
Perfect.
People can check that out.
I'll go back to that. Go on up here. And there we go. Help us rack up those 7s, folks. Get the luck rolling, and we can really the sky's not even the limit. Space isn't even the limit, but space is where we want to get to. That's where the meat is, and Cactus is already there. So if you want to hop straight into the meat, Cactus.
Meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Yummy. Delicious meat and potatoes.
Delicious.
No, that is something that's really exciting for fans of Jack Irons, because something that you've been talking about for a while is how Jack will eventually get to space, but like you said, Coyote's already out in space, so it's a good way of jumping right into what's going on in the Ironverse, other than just stuff on Earth.
Exactly, and reading Cactus Coyote, you'll get more of why Earth is as it is. You'll get to know more about the galactic government, more about what the horsemen truly are. Because on Earth, there's really a it's a protective screen. Allegedly, the Anu would say nothing gets in or out.
Hmm.
Not true, not true at all. But
Yeah, Coyote gets in there,
yep,
in and
Coyote
out.
gets in there.
Uh,
A lot of bandits looking to hide out get there. It's like crossing the border into Mexico. It's an escape.
Yeah,
The Anu don't have jurisdiction in Deadwood, but if they wanted to, of course they do. They could kill everything on the planet from orbit if they wanted.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's
but
like-
they try and put the appearance of it not being a zoo, but it being a collective protection of this race that gave a very unique gift to the galaxy, the Prote process. And
it's very much like North Korea. You get in, but you don't get out.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's scary. You don't want to live necessarily on Earth, I guess.
And really, New Deadwood's only about the size of the old world New Mexico. If people knew, New Mexico territory used to cover both the state of New Mexico and the state of Arizona. That's it. That's the only really habitable space on Earth. So there's not that much
Whoa.
space either.
What's out in the rest of the yonder?
The borders around New Deadwood are Famine Inc. property. Out
No
in
restricted zone.
War owns Asia, Africa, Russia, all of
Yeah.
that super continent, Europe, all that. That's all war.
Hey, Cody.
Plague owns everything else, though. Primarily Antarctica and Australia. But
Hey, Cody, we got a contribution.
oh, we got one.
Woo!
Go ahead and reset here. Thank
Very
you
nice.
folks so much. Always appreciated.
Gotta love
Yeah,
the
thanks,
See
guys.
the new
when a
bit
backer
here.
comes
Oh
in, man.
yeah, we got another one. Thank you
Nice,
so much,
man.
folks. Thank you. So it was a $15 one. It's looking from the bits. Wise choice. There's only 20 more of those left. Or is that it? Yeah, because it goes to 20. Yeah. There's only 5
Which
of
is
those
the 15
left.
range again?
You get cover A and your name somewhere in the
nice.
comic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So somebody's getting their name somewhere in Spinneroonie Town, most likely, but it could be a lot of places.
Be a billboard, advertisement.
That's
They could
fun.
be like they could be in the Rat Pack Coyote version of the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun. Huh. Yeah, there's what was the inspiration behind the zoot suit?
Oh,
Yeah.
I would assume the mask is a big part of that. When I look at one of the originals here.
Oh, I know what was it. It was the mask. You think, but it was actually those JoJo Bizarre Adventure.
Really?
Tom and Jerry. Tom and
Hmm.
Jerry and Daffy Duck memes where they're wearing the suits.
Nice.
Oh, that's so funny, dude.
And I was like, oh, Coyote would look cool, like all animate out.
Oh,
Those,
that's awesome.
like how they are in those JoJo Bizarre Adventure like versions of themselves. Like they look like they're ready to rumble with each other, and I was like, oh, we gotta do that for Coyote.
Totally.
Man, that's pretty epic, dude.
Yeah.
I love this. So this is the original sketch of the zoo?
Original. I did this like in 10 minutes?
Really?
5 minutes.
Yeah, man, that's fast work right there.
Yeah. The one you'll see in the Western way is
because Cody was like, I don't know about the zoot suit, and I was like, here,
Really?
let me do it quick, and I did it as quickly as I could, and I sent it to him, and he's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it just took a second. I'm quite amiable to good ideas. I just don't always recognize they're good right away.
Gugger Knight says, so what Dollar's saying is Cactus will possess a stand in the near future. Is he gonna do the whole JoJo thing where he says next you'll say such and such thing?
That might be the first line he says as
right.
in Q Racer.
But no, that is a lot of fun, man. It's just there's so much fun in this book. I think
that's the whole intention of
yeah,
Coyote in general.
yeah. I think that's what's gonna keep bringing people back to it. Is just the fun of the character in the world that you guys are doing here.
It's like their own personal secret anime that is not like out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like how you find like that one manga that nobody knows about, and it's like really good.
Right.
Until it gets adapted and like ruined by everybody.
And then it blows up and gets way too popular.
Yeah. My Hero Academia. Yep.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, there's a lot of examples of that. I think.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But Neostar adds, I'd love to be in the Cactus Coyote version of the Rat Pack. Fly me to the moon, baby.
What Neo Sinatra?
Neo Sinatra, there you go.
No doubt about it.
Right. But no, yeah, they're just someone, like I said, a lot of fun aesthetics here. So I definitely think people should check this comic out. I'm gonna definitely put up the link on the screen again one more time for people. Go check out the link.
If you're on the fence and you see this, we've got the preview manga as well. I'll go ahead and link that again since I got it real up here. Free to read. Go right through it. If you want it to look a little bit better, you can go to our Patreon. And I can link you to the pages straight up, so you don't have to deal with the double pages being all sideways, which I had to do for Tapas because they don't allow full double page spreads. If you do it, they shrink them so tiny nobody could ever read them. So I put it sideways.
Just turn your head to the side.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, or if you have a phone, you just turn the phone.
Yeah, that's true. True. That might be an easier way to do it. Yeah. New Deadwood.
Yeah, like New York.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's good. So, as we are wrapping up here, I want to thank you guys for joining us today, and I just want to ask, where can people follow you guys online so they can check in on all the new updates for Cactus Coyote?
Well, me at Cowboy_Steel. I'm always trying to shill something IronVerse related. Always trying to retweet all that good content. You'll be hearing a lot of Jack probably from my end here in the coming weeks, but we're going to do both, obviously. Got plenty of space for both. And that's the best place to get me. DMs, all of that. That's the best place to get a hold of me. We actually... we have a Discord server. If you DM me in that, I can link you to that, folks, if you have interest and you're not in there already. And it's pretty quiet, so it's not a bad idea. You won't notice it unless you want it, which is good. Anything. What I've been doing now is just telling people to Google IronVerse Comics or Google Cactus Coyote or Google Jack Irons, the Steel Cowboy, because we are actually taking over those search results, which is great.
Oh, wow.
So that makes it really easy to find links that you're looking for. So if you're looking for the Patreon, just do that. Just type in Patreon also. If you're looking for the Twitter, type in the Twitter, you'll find that. Really, I'm always happy to talk to whoever about comics, always. Happy to help new indie creators. I really try to when they ask. And I think I've done all right. I'm just always happy to meet new comic fans. So get a hold of me somewhere, and it's not hard to find me.
Excellent, man. That's awesome. And how about you, Dollar Coins? Where can people check you out online?
Mostly the Twitter handle, Coyote Cactus. We do have an Instagram, but I'm restructuring it right now. But yeah, mostly Coyote Cactus. That's the place to go.
Nice.
We also have a joint account under at IronVerse Alert. It's a bigger account, but it's less social. I tend to use it to once in a while to play around with the corporate greed angle of trying to sell a product. It's fun, but we don't use it all the time. But that's another one to check out. We'll probably end up using it more and more as we progress.
Yeah,
and,
I hop on it once a day.
Yeah, he does really good with it. I've recently gotten really bad about it, but it's there, and it's another powerful platform, and we love hearing from you folks wherever you can get a hold of us.
Oh, that's great, man. Sweet. Well, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans out there about the campaign and the books as we head out for the night?
look forward to Q Racer because that is really gonna sell Coyote really good.
Yeah,
It,
it's
it, 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 it like if you think something's missing in this campaign, it's gonna be in Q Racer.
Nice, man. So it kind of
Where
all starts coming together in Q Racer.
yeah, if there's like a girl character or anything like you want, it's gonna be in there.
Is that cowboy chick in there?
No, but there's more other chicks in there.
Nice.
there's a new
Hey,
officer as
I ain't
well.
complaining.
She'll be in the Slave World arc. So if this
Okay.
campaign gets funded, you'll get plenty of her.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah, you get her pretty. You get a good chunk of her in the manga as well.
Nice. Yeah, and that just to reiterate that again, that those are the bonuses that you're getting in addition to the initial issue number 1 by Buscolo.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's a great value right there, and you're getting tons of awesome stories. So it's a real
Close
great
to
value.
200 pages.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's incredible. So please, everyone, please go check out their stuff. The link is up on the screen one more time for you. And I appreciate you guys joining with us today. I can't wait to see where this comic goes. The character is so fun. You guys, so many amazing, unique ideas, and it just seems like there's so much heart behind Cactus Coyote. So I just can't wait to see where you guys go with it.
Oh yeah, I'm writing it every day.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Like I'm writing uh, like even when I finish Q Racer, I'm gonna write like the other 4 arcs, or not 4, but like the ones after that. There's like 3 more,
Hmm.
and the third one would finish the Coyote space, and that's when everybody in the Jack IronVerse would be in space together.
Hmm.
Exactly.
It's all heading to space, man. So let's get
Yep.
them there. Awesome, guys. Well, thanks again for joining us tonight, and thanks for everyone who participated and hung out with us in the chat. We had a lot of fun tonight. And
Yep.
go check out the book.
Organite, Neo Star.
Yeah, man. That was awesome. Thanks again, guys. And we'll see you guys next
Appreciate
time
it.
on the Indie Spotlight. Later.